Then you are a manager at super busy retail store, and you have to organize shelves with thousands of product. If you just throw everything in one pile, it will be chaotic, right? Now think of Amazon PPC as your store shelves. If you set up campaigns right, everything will fall into right place. If you set up campaigns with right structure, everything will be mirrored and you will get more sales with less effort, because you will see what are the campaigns is bringing you traffic, what are bringing you most of the results, what are ranking campaigns, and what are your profitable campaigns. So today I'll show you how to do just that, how to structure your Amazon PPC campaigns. So this question I got from Amazon brand owner. So I said, let's create a video about it. So we will go over four of the points that how you should structure your Amazon PPC. So number one is single keyword, single campaign with single ad group. Well, it's it is most likely to go where you wanna rank your product for that specific keyword. Because if you are running your campaigns around like 100 to 200 keywords, you cannot just create 200 single keyword campaigns. That will be messed up. If you have enough data to go after that, yes, you can do, but it is more for the ranking purposes. Um, yeah. So if you wanna start increasing your ranking for some specific keywords, go after this strategy. However, you can use 5 to 10 keywords in each campaign. So think of it like organizing your desk. Imagine each drawer is different campaign with a clear purpose, and each folder in that drawer is a specific ad group. By organizing campaign in this way, it's like having a neat and tidy workspace where you can quickly find what you need and make improvements when necessary. This setup provides you better control and makes scaling easier. And that is actually true. That's how I organize my Amazon PPC. So by looking at the campaign name, by looking at the campaign ad group, I can understand, okay, what is this campaign and ad group is all about, and especially if you have multiple products. So make sure like instead of a single keyword, you can add 5 to 10 keywords. And when you see, okay, one of the keyword is bringing most of the sales, you can test it out in another campaign with single keyword, single campaign with single ad group. And you do not have to negate it from your previous campaign right off the batch. Let this campaign, new campaign, scale up. And if it start getting more and more traction, yeah, you can just pause it from the previous campaign and let it do its job if it's scaling. So you must have to test it before pausing it from the old campaign. So the second tip is structure it per listing or parentation level. So this is like organizing your bookshelf by book series instead of having random books scattered everywhere. If you group your products by listing or parentation, it makes it easier to monitor each product's performance and adjust things like bid and budgets accordingly. For example, if one of your listing is selling well and another isn't, you can easily allocate more budget to the one that's performing better. So it is self-explanatory. Like you have three variation of these eggs. Okay, one is red, one is blue, one is green. So what will happen if um let's say red is your most selling item and green is your most profitable item. Okay, but this is selling the most. This is, and it do not have like let's say it have 20 sales every day, and it have 100 sales every day. So if you do not and it have 50, and it is in the mid range, not selling much and do not have much profit as well. So when you organize your product campaigns like, for example, red egg, and then your asin, whatever, so by looking at the campaign, you can tell and see like how this campaign is about my red egg, and this is the asin. So how it is performing, when you will see the keywords in it, and you can adjust it right here, right, in the specific campaign. But if you have all of your products in one campaign, you have multiple ad groups, and you are bidding with different match types in single campaign, it is really really hard to see what is bringing you the results, and what cannot be measured cannot be improved. So let's go over our third point. Okay. Traffic flow and control over products. Imagine you are the captain of a ship, steering it through different waters. By structuring your campaigns in this way, you are the one controlling where the traffic goes and how it's spent. You will want to consider conversion rates and traffic quality to make sure that the right people are clicking on your ads, which means you are targeting customers who are likely to buy. So same with our previous example, when you have a clear naming structure in your ad campaigns, in your PPC campaigns, you can see like what is bringing you more conversion. Okay, so you can g- give a lot of budget on that campaign. Okay, so what is the focus, primary goal for your campaigns is to get more and more orders. So if you are getting more orders, you have to shift your budget to on those campaigns. And how you will shift your more budget to those campaigns who are bringing you the most orders, when you will see and you will have an idea what is converting best. And how you will see that? By organizing and structurizing um your PPC campaigns. So you can actually allocate budget accordingly. So you will see what is bringing you conversion and what is bringing you traffic. So you can start allocating your ad budget to it. And let's go over our fourth point: quality over quantity. Think of it choosing the best apples from the orchard. Instead of casting a wide net with many keywords, you should focus on high converting keywords that lead to actual sales. It's more important to focus on quality than just getting high quantity of clicks that won't lead anywhere. By doing this, you can save on cost and ensure better results. Absolutely. So, for example, if you have broad campaigns or auto campaigns running, okay, and you never go and negate keywords and find out what are the high converting keywords, and do not test them in, if it is in if you are getting sales from auto campaigns or broad match campaigns, I would recommend you can start testing it on phase match, because it will give you more long tail keywords, as well as in the exact match as well. Like if for example, red eggs is getting conversion in auto campaigns. Okay, um, red eggs. Okay, you will start testing it out in exact match. But because exact match is most expensive one, so you will spend a lot of money there. But if you start spending on phrase match, it will help you to get more keywords. It will help you get more keywords. I don't know why I am just drawn to writing r. It is actually phrase. Okay, so phrase match will give you more long tail keywords. Okay, for example, red eggs for kids under 9, like something like that. So you will get a search term, you will test it out in the freeze match, and in freeze match you will get even more specific search terms which you can start um, investing the search terms you will get from the freeze match. You can start testing it on the exact match, and exact match, then exact match, those search terms will have less CPC, the lower CPC. So if you have a lower CPC, you can spend a lot more money on that specific keyword in order to start getting conversion. For example, if you have a $1 CPC and $5 CPC, and you have $20 of budget, where you want to spend your money? So definitely you will spend it on $1 CPC keyword, because you will have in order to get a sales, 20 people have to click on the product, and on the $5, 4 people have to click on that keyword, and your campaign will be out of budget. So this is the structure of how I manage campaigns, and most of uh, your PPC agencies or brand advertising managers do that. And that's how I bring these kind of results. It's last 7 days results. You can see from 27th July 2025 to August 3 2025. um, Yesterday we got 30% ACS. By spending $3,000 on advertising, we made almost $10,000 uh, for this brand. And also, if you see last 30 days, in last 30 days, we have spent $13,000 in ad spend and generated $38,000 in sales. And you can see on 29th July, by spending $400, we made $2,600 in sales. So if you want to get these kind of results, you can reach out to me. You can book a call. Link is in the description. And yeah, let's grow your Amazon sales.